Hi, I'm Victoria Alexander, and I'm speaking to you from my kitchen in St. Petersburg, Russia, where I came to work as a Fulbright scholar. That program has now been suspended, and I am sheltering in place, just like you. But I wanted to talk to all the libertarians in New York 19. Thank you very much for signing petitions to get me on the ballot. I will be challenging Antonio Delgado in November. I want to say some things about the legislation that was just passed as a stimulus package in response to COVID-19. During a crisis, our lives are turned upside down. Our systems are disrupted. Our habits change. Now is the time when everything is in disarray to start putting the pieces back together in a way that makes sense. Using COVID-19 as an excuse and UBI as bait, our representatives just gave the Federal Reserve the A-OK to give $425 billion to the big banks, who will loan out 10 times that amount at 0% interest to a select few. And you can bet that they will start buying up distressed businesses, homes, and farms. The Libertarians have been warning the American people about the Federal Reserve for decades now. I believe the dollar should be backed not by debt, but with infrastructure assets. But right now we're suffering a pandemic. What do we do about that? Well, we ask the medical professionals, the medical researchers, and the people in charge of the logistics in the health industry what they need, and we get it to them. UBI is a logistical nightmare. The infrastructure to make payments to the people who need to get them just isn't there. To the extent that these payments do go out, it'll be like putting a tourniquet on a gunshot wound. The reason why things are so bad right now is because the middle class is financially unstable. 40% of Americans can't afford a $500 emergency. Americans need to be out of debt. They need to have investments in interest-earning savings accounts or real property. Families need to be able to thrive on a single paycheck. We want to get to all that, but right now we must act to stop the transfer of wealth and assets to those who will be getting the Federal Reserve fiat money loans. All debt obligations should be paused until after it's safe to go back to work. Stop foreclosures, no interest to accrue, no late fees. Immediately, the federal government needs to raise the standard income tax deduction to $50,000 per individual and get rid of all other deductions. 2019 tax refund checks could start going out to people immediately. We do have that infrastructure in place. And neither crony capitalism or the corrupt government should control the wealth and power. Let's reach out to people with different political affiliations, progressives, populists, Trump supporters. Now is the time to come together.